Hello.
Oh yeah.
Another video. Sunny today, isn't it?
It is sunny because we live in Cornwall.
And it was sunny on our ride out.
Unbelievably so, because the day before it was a horrendy pig day. That's a word, that.
Oh. Well, it was a really good day though. So we thought we'd talk about what it was like rather than making a video of the actual ride.
Yeah.
Because that's just difficult when you're trying to look after loads of people
The
as well.
fly wasn't round. It's all right. It'll land on my head, nobody else's. It was a really good day.
Yeah, it was.
Don't know how many people we had.
Well, we turned up at... What time did we get there? About 9 o'clock?
No, we were there at 8:30.
Oh yeah, we were there at 8:30. Set our really lovely stand out. We got a couple of pictures. And we had a brilliant raffle, didn't we? So first things we got to do is say thanks to Damrels for allowing us to use it and to give us... They gave us some items for our raffle, didn't they?
I think we had about £3,000 worth of stuff to give away.
I think we did. We had loads of cameras and different bits and bobs, but we're not going to tell you exactly what they are because that means you've got to come to the next one to see what they are. But
And we've forgotten.
Ocean BMW were really good to us. We asked them if they'd
good.
like to donate something to the raffle, expecting like a T-shirt or something like that. And they gave us a Navigator 6.
Which?
It's controversial in the world of navigation. However, the value of it is still about £600-700 from them. So we were blown away.
Absolutely. And the guy that got it was very happy.
Yeah.
Apart from the issues that are well known about the Nav 6, we know they can be repaired because we sent them off to a place called GPS Station in Germany.
Yeah.
We repair them and they're really good.
Well, we had cameras, we had buffs from Vision Zero, we had T-shirts from Suzuki, we had CF Moto key rings, cups from Royal Enfield gift
Welcome
packs,
kits.
the sat nav from Ocean, loads of stuff from
We're not going to tell you what
well.
we got, what we had.
But no,
Come next year.
you can come next year and see if we can find anything better. Or
We're doing it next year.
I think we might. Because it was really good. So we turned at 8:30, set our stuff up, and the weather was a bit iffy, wasn't it?
It was. A few people didn't come because the weather was horrendous on the Friday, and it was only getting better on the Saturday morning. So we appreciate that.
Yeah. So we had, I think, about 37 people sign in, something like that. But we had more people that arrived that didn't sign in. Not that that's a problem, but it's nice just to know sort of numbers. We don't keep any details or anything. We chuck it all away. But it was nice to know the amount of people that came, and we had a really good ride. Where did we go?
Well, before we get that far, we had people came from
Liverpool,
Kent, Northampton,
yeah,
all over the place. It was really quite
St Agnes,
Nobody comes from
Red
St.
Roof.
There was even one from Bodmin.
Yeah, and one from Newquay. It was great. So people came from all over the place. Buff Rider came as well and won a couple of bits on the raffle as well. But it's always nice to see people that have come a long way. But don't you find it strange that we've kind of got friends all over that have come to... They've become friends on the ride-outs and they've come a long way to meet us, which is really, really odd. No, it's really, really lovely because they're lovely people, aren't they? You know, and there was a husband and wife, wasn't there? I think they were from Kent, weren't they, or Eastbourne, something like that.
Sussex, somewhere like that.
And they came to make their holiday weekend part of or come for our ride to then make the weekend a bit of a holiday.
So we gave them some extra tips of where to ride after they finished.
Yeah.
So hopefully they survived it. They travelled down in horrendous weather on the Friday, mind, but hardy riders, that's good. So where do we go?
Well, we used the drop-off system, didn't we?
Yep, we did.
And it was quite funny because we said, we even demonstrated it, didn't we, in the group. And everybody was happy. And it worked really, really well. But what I didn't envisage is my mate turned up on the same bike as me, who rode just in front of me. And I was tail end Charlie on Barney. And I said, you know, when you see me, pull out, you know, I'll go slower, pull in behind you, and then the one behind Mark stops, and then, you know, everybody revolves around the route, or along the chain of the route. And the first two markers disappeared. And then I realised that Graham, my mate, on the same bike, was being mistaken by them and pulling out. So got hold of Mark, and I've got to say, if ever you want Bluetooth or DMC headsets, Cardo edge
Cardo
is the
worked
one to
brilliantly.
have. Mark was right at the front, I was at the end, and we had one hell of a distance, didn't we? It broke up quite a lot because it was like elastic band. Mark was at the front and I was at the back, so it was like that, wasn't it, all day? But it actually worked really well.
It
So I
did.
said to Mark, you're going to have to stop, because two of the riders in front of me don't know where you're going. Which way have you gone?
They'd legged it off somewhere else. But the funny thing was, when we stopped in this pub car park and gathered everybody that I had together, I said to Graham, Graham, you're going to have to ride near Toby because you've got the same bag. He said, I know. He said, I've picked up a few of the markers. Well, no. So Toby raced off and found two that had disappeared off towards Anuki.
Yeah.
And then
But
we were in
it was
groups and off we
quite.
went.
It turned out really good because when we'd all parked in that car park for me and the other two to catch up to then go again, it was actually quite funny, wasn't it, when
Yeah.
we came in? So we did it on purpose, really.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
And then we had a wonderful ride around countryside. Where did we
We
go?
went from Fradden, took a wiggly route past the airfield at Newquay, then towards St Eville
On the coast road.
on the coast road, down through Porthcothan, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, towards Padstow. Didn't go into Padstow, we just took the big loop that goes around through it, so we didn't have to drive in, and it limits the amount of right-hand turns we did. Then we were at St Izzy,
Yeah.
and we went out to Delabole,
Yeah. And that was a lovely road, wasn't it?
because nobody uses it.
Oh, it was so nice.
It's a really wide road, which nobody uses, and everybody was up to speed. It was a really nice, pleasant ride. Then we were into Camelford, straight across from Camelford and towards Bodmin. It's a 50-mile-an-hour road, and everyone goes, "Oh, it's 50 miles an hour." It's hard to ride at 50 miles an hour along all of it. You can do it easily, but without having to keep jumping on your brakes. So that was good. Into Bodmin. From Bodmin we went out past.
Very quickly out.
Yeah, didn't stop there long.
Went to the
through
services, didn't we?
Lanivets.
Yeah.
Cornwall Services for a cup of tea and a pasty.
Yeah.
And then from there we went over towards
St Austell.
St Awful as it's known locally. And then down through...
If you live there, it's lovely.
It is. Through Clay Country we got there first, didn't we? Down through St Austell.
Yeah.
Then out towards Tregony. And then we did what my grandkids call the Top Gear Road, which is out of Tregony up towards the A390. Then down towards Laddock.
Yeah.
And
went
did
through
this
those.
thing that locally known as the Laddock Twisties, which is a really nice road. It's 60-mile-an-hour roads, really good bends, which I think everybody enjoyed. And then we finished back at Fradden.
Yeah.
Job done.
It was really, really
Raffle.
good. Yeah, and then we did the raffle, had a bit of a laugh and a joke, and then
Went on
everybody
forever, the
went
raffle, because there were loads of prizes.
Yeah. And it's
It's
really
always a
quite
raffle,
strange,
isn't
isn't it? I've been stood in front of people at work, hundreds of people talking and stuff, and you just get used to it. But it's weird because it's like, right, what's the next one? What's the next one? And it went on and on and on. didn't it?
Raffles always do.
But the raffle was really good. So we'll get to the raffle in a sec, because all those people that didn't want to come because it looked kind of nasty weather, actually it was beautiful. It was 22 degrees, beautiful sunshine. It couldn't have been better.
It was ideal.
And to all those people that came, it was amazing to see you all. We had a great day, and there were smiles all around, weren't there? And people really loved the ride.
Yeah.
All the way from Liverpool, just to drink tango.
And meet up with the boys.
Ah, you say the nicest things. Have you enjoyed it?
I have. It's been really good.
And I think a lot of people think if you're using the last man drop off, it's going to be an awful ride, you're going to get lost. But if you do it right, and we proved it now 2 years in a row,
Yep.
that it just works, and nobody is out of their comfort zone. They haven't got to keep up with the one in front, because you're just riding until you see somebody marking. It works really, really well. And you ride with different people as well, don't you, throughout?
Yeah, it was an enjoyable ride, and I liked it.
And when we did the raffle, we were blown away actually, because Cornish Stig brought some homemade cakes, and she was selling those, wasn't she? Because we decided that we would do a little bit for charity. Now, we did think about Cornwall Blood Bikes, and I spoke to Cornwall Blood Bikes and said, I hope you don't mind us not raising money for you, but you get lots of money from lots of people. And we've done a lot for Blood Bikes over the past and still do. So Cornish Stig mentioned a fledgling charity, a new charity called Out of the Woods CIC, Play and Creative Arts Therapy for young children and their families.
So it's run by a lady called Kira, I think her name is, who has set the charity up just recently. And it's, I think, for people who've suffered domestic abuse and things like that. So it was a really nice thing to do. So thank you very much everyone who bought raffle tickets, and you know, that's where the money went, and tea and cakes and all that lot.
Yeah, and together with what Kira collected in her little pot, and with our donation from the proceeds of the raffle, because we needed to make sure we covered our costs, we've managed to, or as a group of 3 people, so Cornish Dig doing her bit, us and Kira, raise in excess of £120 for them.
That's excellent.
Which was absolutely amazing. So not only have we had a great day, we've met friends and past and new, shared the route of Cornwall, which was really good, Mark, so well done for doing
different
that.
route from last year.
There was no grass verges in the middle of the road, there was no going across fields and stuff, it was all really lovely roads. Everybody enjoyed it, and we managed to help a lovely charity that helped young children and their families in the same process.
Well, happy. Cracking day.
Yeah, so are we going to do it next year?
Don't know.
You'll have to keep an eye on the website, but I think we ought to. Our plan would be, because a couple of people were saying, well, we'd love to do this next year, but you need to do it for longer than just one day. I think that...
It's a great idea.
Well, we had visions of grandeur, didn't we, when we started? Let's have a weekend thing at Holiday Park, hog roast in the evening, barbecue, beer, entertainment, massive ride on the Saturday, lovely evening on the Saturday, and then go home on the Sunday. And it might still happen, but I think we're 2 or 3 years away from that. I think we need to build up our confidence and try and organise something like that. So
I don't think confidence is an issue. I just think we need to build up a following.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll get there. It'll be really nice.
Yeah, we will. So let's do it again next year. We'll...
You asked and I said, oh, I don't know. Are we doing it now, are we?
I really enjoyed it. It was quite nice. And I know that other people did as well.
Okay, give me a shout when you're finished.
So we may or may not be doing it next year.
We are.
We'll be doing it next year. We'll try and think of a different route, won't we?
Yes.
Or Mark will try and think of a different route while I do all the tech bits. Well done, Mark.
Oh,
See, there's 20,000 people have said, no, you've got to do it now.
Yeah.
So more details next year, because before then, I'm off on a tour. I'm going to go riding around Spain and Portugal. You're riding around...
Spain and France, the Pyrenees.
Yeah, and then I'm riding around Spain again in October.
I'm done. This year.
So next year we'll get planning
Next
for
year I've got the Alps and the Arctic Circle. Come if you want. Magellan Motorcycle Tours.
Yeah, have a look at our website. You get £100 off any tour. And come with one of us.
Where's the positive in that then? Right, we'll see you in a bit.
Well, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up.
Well, you were
subscribe.
going to say something else then, weren't you? I cut you off.
And if you need stuff from Sports Bike Shop, we've got affiliate links, cost you nothing, but it gives us a little bit back.
Monimoto.
Love
Monimoto.
And also Cardo. I think it's 20% off using our code, but we also get a slice of that as well. So if you're looking for a comm system, and in future weeks or previous weeks, I don't know when this video will go up, we've got a succession of videos about what you get in the box, and we've got a review video of the Edge coming soon. And I was quite pleasantly surprised, as I knew I would be with the Cardo, but pleasantly surprised that I seem to have changed your mind about it. It's actually a good
It's a cracking bit of kit.
Yeah.
However, I'm not going to...
No, there's no however. He just doesn't like talking to anyone. Anyway, merch. Get your merch if you want it, because there's more news on that coming soon, but we're not going to tell you just yet.
Oh, right.
Subscribe, all that stuff. See you in the next one.